So I decided that while I'm in Senegal, I'm going to learn Wolof. The only problem is I have zero time to sit down and learn it. So how am I doing this? I'm going to be learning from locals. Let's dive into this video. If you're new here, my name is Clementine Ofana and you can call me Dr. Clem, and I show my travel experiences to help you travel better and deeper to destinations that you see and that you want to go to. I focus a lot on sustainability, and a part of it is community tourism, which means diving deeper into supporting local and connecting with locals. Now, let's talk about Senegal. Senegal is one of those countries where once you've been there, you don't want to stop being there. Like, you want to keep going over and over again. And one thing that I have learned from having traveled to over 29 countries is that one of the easiest way and the best way to connect with locals and to also dive deeper into culture is speaking the local language. Now, I do not have any knowledge of Wolof because this is not, Wolof as a language doesn't have the same roots as my original traditional language from where I am from in Cameroon. And so learning Wolof for me is completely like new and everything. But I want to say that this is a challenge that I've been wanting to do because I feel it's very important when you go to a new destination to connect better with the local, but also because in Senegal, the majority of people speak Wolof. So even though French is an official language of Senegal for everyday business, trading, everything, you are more likely to encounter somebody who speaks Wolof and doesn't speak French than somebody who speaks French and doesn't speak Wolof. It's important for me to mention because in some African countries, especially with newer generations, a lot of people are no longer in touch with their traditional languages. So in some African countries, you might see more young people speaking French or English and not their native language. But in Senegal, you will mostly see people speak Wolof and then speak French. And you are more likely to see people who speak Wolof and don't speak French than people who speak French and don't speak Wolof. Anyways, talking about speaking a new language, with learning new languages, for me personally, I learn in a better way when I set up routines, when I set up systems, and when I know that something is integrated into what I do on a daily living. But the challenge is that being here in Senegal, I already have my routines that I have established and new habits that I've been wanting to build. And so I don't necessarily have the bandwidth for me to add something new as a routine, right? Even though I want to learn Wolof, for me, in a standard situation, it will mean, sorry, let me sit up properly. It will mean that I have an hour every day where I do Wolof, but because my schedule often shifts during the day and, I'm also experimenting with new habits, I don't have the bandwidth to add something new to what I'm doing. For example, let me show you what a day in my life could look like, right? My morning routines will include prayer, exercise, wellness, where I will take my infusions, take care of myself and so forth. Then I go into my video editing. I start to work like on the videos for the day and generally for the day, and then I go into my emails, send out pitches, write whatever I have to do on the computer, and then around maybe 9-10 a.m. I do the tasks for the day. Now in Senegal, being 4 hours ahead of North America, it means that to me I have 4 hours ahead, so I can then start the day here in Senegal with whatever the activities are, maybe some errands for the house, shopping, meetings, sightseeing, and things like that. And then later on, when it becomes daytime in North America, then I usually have meetings in the afternoon or in the evening. And so once I'm done with my errands for during the daytime in Senegal, then I go into like the tasks for North America clients and everything. Evening, prepare dinner, stuff like that, unwind, and then plan the day, and then it goes on to the next day. So that's an idea of how my routine usually goes. And so with that time, I don't have the time for me to add something new like a 30 minutes or an hour of Wolof every day. So I said I'm going to learn from the locals. Now, why did I decide to do it that way? First, I feel like it makes the experience a lot more dynamic in the sense that I'm able to speak with the locals directly, connect with the locals directly, and it also adds an element of surprise. Like, I don't really know what word I'm going to learn tomorrow, right? I don't know what is going to be the new word that I'm going to be learning tomorrow, but it also adds an element of surprise. The second reason why I feel I wanted to try this out is because it also helps you to learn it directly from the locals and learn the intonation, the inflection, and the settings in which specific words are said. And I'm going to give you an example by just sharing a few words that I've learned since I started this experiment literally 3 days ago. When you are learning something online, it's different from when you are learning it being in a cultural setting where it actually applies. So let me give you the examples, right? I went to the market the other day for my I went to the market the other day to get some fabrics because I wanted to do a hair tying project and literally learn how to tie my hair Senegalese style. And when that video drops, you're absolutely going to love it. So I went to the market, and the girl who went with me, Kumba, she was negotiating with the tailor and everything, right? And then once we sat down in the tailor shop, he had to cut the fabric and then hem the fabric. And so he said that we should wait a little bit because it's not going to take too long. So he told us leggy, right? They were talking, and then he said leggy. So I picked it up and I said, I asked her, what does that mean? And it's just like, oh, it means wait a little bit. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That could be the word for the day for today. So then I recorded a video, and I recorded it for me to learn, but also to share. And that was my word for the day, right? And then the second word that I learned was dial. So the next day we went to you went to where Kumba works to do the hair tying, and they explained to me that essentially dial is the art of seduction in Senegal. Every culture, every country probably has that, but in Senegal it's called dial. And specifically, it actually refers to the waist beads that women wear around their waist, to be more attractive, to be sexier and that kind of stuff. But it can also refer to everything that a woman does to be more physically attractive, to a man, to her husband, and stuff like that. So then we were talking, and in the conversation they were like, oh, like Delta. It just came up in the conversation, and so it was also a fun word to learn. And when I actually looked it up online, I was like, okay, I got the correct spelling and everything. And I saw that, okay, yeah, there's an entire thing around it. So then now I get to learn about this aspect of the culture. And so my hairdresser was then telling me, which is the same place where I got the hair ties. My hairdresser was telling me that, we're going to go to the market together, and she's gonna show me. We're gonna buy the dial, which are the waist beads, and then we're gonna pick it together. So she's gonna show me where to buy it and all that stuff. And I'm like, you see, this new opening now that I have for a new activity, just because I decided to learn a new word. I didn't decide to learn it, but I decided to learn a new word. But this is not a word I had planned to learn. I mean, it just happened. But then it opened up the door to another layer of the culture that I was not planning to explore while I'm here. And I'm like, okay, well, then now we're gonna do this, and now we're gonna do an episode about buying, dial and the art of seduction in Senegal. So that's really exciting. And then the other word that I learned was when I went to the seamstress to get my outfits done. As the Ngaska store, you might not know this, but I have a fashion store where we create outfits to make you feel beautiful every day and in every single way. And we are launching a collection that is essentially going to be focusing on combining African heritage with Caribbean or diasporic heritage, and just helping you have these signature beautiful pieces wherever you are, whether you are from Africa, whether you're from the diaspora. If you want to just look good and have those bedazzling gorgeous pieces, this is going to be the collection for you. I'm going to let you know when it drops, but I'm going to include a link to our website in the description box of this video. So then I went to the seamstress to do a few trials, right? And the seamstress was with some other women, some other mamas, and then they were sitting around, and she told me, oh, toggle. So she was telling me to sit down. So I asked my team member who was with me also when we went together, because she speaks Wolof. I asked her what is she saying, and she's like, oh yeah, she's asking you to sit down. So I was like, okay, then now I know that toggle means sit down. And I was very excited because then now I can use the word and everything. So all this to say that whenever you are going to a new country, always make the effort to dive deeper into culture, and learning the language is one of those ways. I know a lot of people use apps like Duolingo, Babel, which I think are great. And I think, and for me, in this era, in this setting where I that I don't necessarily have the time and the bandwidth, I feel like learning directly from the locals makes sense, and I'm enjoying the process. So if you want to see my daily Wolof videos, I'm going to be posting them on all platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They are going to be short videos, so they're going to be posted as short. If you want to learn a little bit of Wolof, those videos are for you. And if you want to just see me practicing a new language that I know zero thing about, then these videos are for you also. So yeah, that's about living, well, traveling and experiencing Senegal, and yeah, this experience. So if you like this video about Senegal, you're definitely going to love that video that I created specifically for you, but also this video that touches another aspect that I think is going to make your trip to Senegal a lot better than what you expect. So check it out and see you in the next video. Okay.